Hello. Just give me a couple minutes, okay? And then we'll hear it. hi. Give me, sorry, just a couple more minutes if that's okay. Twitch.tv/Aoife_Bee. Done. Add to story. Right. Twitch.tv/Aoife doing makeup, then borders. Okay. Post all. Sam post. Okay, I'm ready. Everyone ready? You guys ready? Okay. Boop. Hello, everyone. Nice webcam photo. Thank you. I tried very hard. I mean, do you want to see? You want to see the webcam photo? I'm going to recreate it. Recreation of the webcam photo. Recreation. What? Boom. Ow. Lift my foot higher. I got socks on. You pervert. You absolute pervert. Hi, thank you for following. Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna do my makeup on stream, of course. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry, I'm like weirdly out of breath suddenly. It's like I just got anxiety about starting the stream, but it's fine. I wear socks specifically. Unironically, you making comments about my feet is one of the reasons that I wear socks. Normally, I never wear socks at home, but simply because I know you want to see my feet, I wear socks. So, yeah, I actually appreciate you doing that because that's what I should have been doing. I shouldn't be giving away the puppies for free, you know? I shouldn't be giving them away for free, but you know. So it's actually a positive in a way. It's positive. Nice rack. Thank you. Thank you. Nice boobs. How am I? I feel okay. I felt a lot better last night. I woke up in a pretty good mood today. I was pretty active. I cleaned a little bit of my apartment and stuff. I took a bath as well. I took a long bath. I did some social media posts just now. I'm trying to post more on social media. because I've been getting my socializing elsewhere, and it's hard to stay on top of social media if you are socializing a lot. Oddly enough, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like if I socialize too much off of social media, I just don't care about going on Twitter and talking to people. I don't have energy. But if I like don't interact that much with people and don't talk too much, then I want to go on social media because I want to talk to people or whatever. I'm lonely, So I have to like strategically keep myself a little bit lonely so that I do better at my job, I guess. It's weird. If PC not a fan of watching the stream or playing, don't worry about it. Just prioritize the stream, please. Not whatever you're doing. I am, of course, more important. I want to do my makeup. I'm undecided. I wanted to do like, I don't know what I wanted to do. I just want to look good, That's all. I just want to look good. I don't want to do makeup where I don't feel like I look good. So, yeah, that's the important thing here, I guess. Do makeup where I feel like I look good. Sorry, I'm out of breath randomly. I don't know why. Let me think. Sexy or cute? I mean, just my normal makeup, I guess. But I guess the question is, I want to feel like I look good. Yeah, exactly. I want to feel good. That's what I want. I don't want to look good. I want to feel good. What happened yesterday that red dwarf is a block term? Someone used the dwarf slur, and I bought. Oh, hello. Okay, but do you want to see? You want to see the Twitter photo? The recreation, live recreation of the Twitter photo. Live recreation. One sec. There we go. Look at the jiggle. It jiggles. And there's one. Look at it go. Wait, let me just. Boom. Yeah. Keep it going. Okay, let me get the baby oil. Let me get the baby. Let me go. I'm throwing it back, okay? I'm making them clap. Okay. I want to do my makeup on stream. Fuck. You guys are distracting me from my makeup. What the hell are we doing for makeup? I don't really know. But we're going to do something. Lord have mercy. You used the eyeliner tip and it made your eye makeup look better? Good. I'm happy. Okay, hair tied back. Let's just get started, Let's not waste any time here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the makeup here. Just doing the foundation thing. This is, again, I think I talked about this before. The reason I like this foundation more than any other one is not even because it's like a particularly good foundation, because it's really not that good. It's a very, very light coverage. Like, it really is super light coverage. But the number one reason I like this foundation is because it has SPF in it, so I can forget to do my my sunscreen and still be just fine. That's like the literal only reason I use this every time. Because I'm like, oh, yeah, nice. I get to not bother doing sunscreen and I still get it. SPF equals super pretty face. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay. What kind of sunscreen do I use? I don't really overthink it. I just use, as long as it's got SPF like 45 or higher. I think I use like a SPF 50 one, but yeah, something like that. And it's just, just find one that doesn't feel bad on your skin. Does it work better the harder you smack? No. It's, by tapping it, I diffuse it and I make it less like clumped up and more spread out on my entire face. That's the point of tapping it. So I like put it on and then I tap it in. You can't tell if it's the sound of the pad or for my it's the delay of my cheeks clapping. I believe it's the echo of the cheeks clapping. It's a big empty apartment, so it just echoes the run and then it comes back into the mic and you just hear it again. But yeah. So I just foundation first. Wonderful. That's pretty simple. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip the rest of the makeup and I'm gonna go right to the eyes, and we're gonna start on the eye makeup. And we're gonna do that first. So I'm gonna use tape because tape is overpowered as fuck. For this. And we're gonna put tape on our eyes here. My makeup cheat. Trying to be better at using sunscreen. Yeah, I'm not even as good at sunscreen as I need to be, but I need to be way better at sunscreen as well. You like my nails? Thank you. Wow. They're good at scratching. Okay. No, that's not good. Think up. Right here is much better. Is it better? I don't think it's better. Does tape mess with foundation? It does, which is why I kind of messed up here. But I'll just fix it later. I'm just going to go back over with the foundation afterwards, but usually you can just do your eyeshadow first and then do the foundation afterwards. And that'll just, you know, solve the problem. So just do your eyeshadow and everything first. The other nice thing about doing your eyeshadow before everything else is when you get fallout from your brushes, as in, you know, you pack a bunch of product onto your brush, you brush on your eye, and some of it falls from your eyelid, and it falls, and it usually collects all along here, right? Like, it's like a powder sometimes, right? So it just all collects right here. But that powder, if that falls on your foundation, well, that's a problem, right? Because if you try to wipe it off, it's going to wipe your foundation off. But if you do your eyeshadow first, and then you can get as much fallout as you want, it doesn't matter. You just wipe it off, and then you just makeup remove it, and then you just put your foundation over it. So it's kind of like it's like a super cheat code. But the other thing, of course, that tape helps with is the fact that, the fallout will land on the tape, not on my cheek. So it like double helps with that problem, I guess. But yeah, doing your eyeshadow first is also totally viable, because what you can do is after you finish your eyeshadow, when you put your foundation and concealer on, you can like sharpen your lines using it, right? That's kind of cool. All my brushes still have green on them, so I think I'm gonna do the green eyeshadow again. I'll show you guys how I did it. The one I did in the like photos I did. I'll do it again just because I don't want to clean all my brushes, and they're already like, I mean, you can just see they're literally all green colored, and I don't want to wipe all the green off and put a different color on top. So we'll just do green eyeshadow again. So this one's pretty simple, but it just has a lot of steps because I have a lot of different colors of green. Again, yeah, so basically the idea is light green in here, medium green here, darkest green here, eyeliner, and then highlight in the corners. That's the general idea. So this is my lightest green here, medium green here. Which palette is my darkest green in? I think my darkest green is in this weird one, which I almost threw out, but I didn't. No, it's not this one. Where is it? Here. This one for the darkest green. And then also I'm probably going to use this color as well, just to get a little bit more darkness, because the darkest green is not that different. Anyway, so to begin, I'm just going to start with this lightest green color here. And I'm just going to put it on the brush. I just tap off the brush. And then I'm just going to get the, I mean, I could use my finger here if I wanted to. In fact, I might use my finger as well. Might use my finger and my thing. Hi again. Okay. Yeah, I just got a piece of plastic, whatever, not plastic, paper towel to wipe things off. So I think I'm gonna actually use my finger first here, and then we'll switch up to the brush after. But I'm just gonna get green on my finger. And like I said, the inner like third of the eye is what we're going for here. All right, really. I really struggle to put this on here with these nails. Like, it's hard to get my finger in here. But it's okay, we'll go over with the brush. Okay, now we'll just use the brush here. And I'm just gonna tap with the brush. I'm gonna also pull my eye here. And yeah, we're gonna get the whole inner corner, basically. I can put background music on if you want, but I'm also talking a lot, so. Okay, so inner corners are gotten, basically. Sort of. We'll go over everything with another layer, probably, just to make sure. But yeah, again, we're just gonna tap this off. Go over. Make sure it's good. Seems good to me. Okay, cool. Next, we're gonna go to the other green, right here. Just gonna get this on the brush as well. And now we're gonna kind of do this in the middle of the eye. And we can just kind of go all the way from the middle of the eye into the tape here. It doesn't, we don't have to be precise here because it's the middle shade. So the other colors that we put on are gonna be darker and they're gonna swallow this up. So you don't have to be too precise with it. But yeah, just, we wanna make the lightest inner corner color just kind of very obviously blend into this slightly darker color. And then what I'm also gonna do here is I'm gonna go above, like up here with the same color. I'm gonna kind of like outline the top part of the eye with it. I'm gonna just drag that all the way out into the tape here. It's gonna be like the shape of the wing, basically, that I'm creating right now. That'll just be helpful to have, so I always know where to put my shit. Yeah, just kind of outline it a little bit and then drag it out into the tape and create my wing shape. Okay, cool. Basically, that's the idea. I could use, I think on this eye, this eye, a little more of the light green. So I'll grab a different brush for that just because I don't want to use that brush. I'll grab a more precise brush. So I got this little tiny one. I'm just gonna, I need to wipe this off actually, before I do this. Just gonna put a little bit more of the green in here so it's not entirely the other color. Cool. Wonderful. Yeah, pretty good. I would say pretty good. Gonna go over with a little bit more of the light green one last time. Just because I don't like... Is that acidic makeup tape? Nope, I just grabbed it from a drugstore. It's just like regular... I think it's like I don't think it's like a specific tape, but I do think it's like a softer tape. Like it's not duct tape or anything. Like don't grab duct tape or it's gonna hurt like crazy. You know? Okay. So that's the first part. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this really dark green here. And I'm gonna take this very dark green. Now this is the first color I'm using that's not a glitter. So I'm just going to be careful with it because it's really dark. Really, really dark. And I'm going to kind of go in here. And I'm going to like do the outer wing here, like this shape, in the darker color. So you can see light, medium, darkest is the idea. Light to medium to darkest is the plan. And you can see, right? The tape is kind of helping me here by making sure that I get my wings good. Wow. Incredible. Absolutely gorgeous. And then I'm just going to blend it in a little bit here. Just a little bit inwards. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Then I got to go for the most darkest glittery green here. And I just want to put that like a little bit over what I just did to make it less dark, more shiny. Is the idea. Okay. Finally, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe the crap out of this brush to get that off here. I'm going to take the lightest, not the lightest green, but the middle shade, I guess, this one. I'm just going to kind of like outline even higher up here. And just make sure that I get a good outline of the whole eye. I want it to be very soft, obviously, but I want a nice soft outline of the whole eye in a lighter shade. Okay. Gorgeous. Now I have one more color to do. And this is a weird color, but this is gonna be like a neutral color. So I'm gonna take, you can't even fucking see this color, but it's like a cream, okay? Thank you so much for following, everyone, by the way. We got so many follows. I'm gonna just take this color, which is kind of like my skin tone, I guess, in color. I'm gonna put on a completely different brush, like a new brush, and I'm gonna just go over the very like outer part of it with this, just to kind of like smoothly blend it in to the outer part of my, like, you know what I mean, into my skin here. Just to give it like a the smoothest possible transition into my actual skin tone. Okay. Wonderful. Fantastic. So that's the green all done. Now I want to do the black. Now I want to do the what's it called again? I don't remember what it's called. Help me, someone, please. The wing, the black eyeshadow wing. Okay. So now I want to do that. So the eye line basically. So I'm gonna take. I'm pretty lucky to have this brush. This is like a tiny ass brush, but it's really, really precise. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm actually gonna I wonder which brush to use here actually. Maybe I'll use the same brush I was using for everything else. But I want to basically do a black wing here in eyeshadow. Not eyeliner, in eyeshadow. I just want to make sure I have a good brush for it, is literally the only thing. Because I don't want to do it with a... Black is a scary color to use, because if you're imprecise with it, it's going to fuck up the entire look, basically. So this is probably the most dangerous part of the whole process. So I just want to make sure I use like a very, at least an accurate brush, you know? I'll use this one because it's kind of flat-ish, you know? Okay, So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow just the line of the tape again. And I'm going to just brush it into the tape from maybe like the smallest part into my eye. You can kind of see, right? This is barely into my eye, but I'm just brushing it out into the tape here. Now this is where I get to the part where if I do this, I get that weird eyeshadow line that I think I talked about before. So this is where I need to start filling, I need to fill in to make it look good, but we're gonna make sure we just do both eyes at the same time so they look even. So we're gonna do this same step that I just did, but on the other eye first. Because if I don't know if you can even see this really, but if I do this, this black line gets so thin. And I want it to look like a big wing. So I don't want it to be that thin, I guess, is the idea. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use my most precisest brush that I own. And I'm gonna just literally turn my eye this way. I'm gonna fill it in like this. And you can see now I get this weird shape, right, that I showed you before. And now we have that weird shape of a wing that I showed you last time. But this is how it gets created. Sorry, I'm just being I'm focusing right now. But anyway, yeah. So that's it. That's the whole process. That's the process of creating the nice wings, basically. Not the whole process. We're gonna just make sure it's all filled in and it's all even in color. But yeah. That's one done, and then we just have to do the other one now. So again, I literally bend my eye like this, and then I go and I fill in the gap to make the wing look good from this side, from like this angle, basically. And then you can see again, we have the same shape forming. And I just fill it in to make sure that it's all even and looks good. I can even take my other brush that has way more product on it, my way bigger brush, and just go crazy right now, just to make sure that it's all even and all black. And then it looks the same on both sides is the other thing, of course. And then I'm also just gonna like go in here quickly with the black just to make sure that it all looks good done here too. Okay, cool. And then going back to the small brush one more time. I just wanna make sure this is absolutely perfect. I want this all to be absolutely perfect before I take the tape off because I can't re-put the tape back on. So yeah, eyeshadow instead of eyeliner for wings has been my cheat code for having hooded eyes. It stops it doesn't transfer nearly as much. If it's smoky, it's way more easy. Like a smokier eye can have way more mistakes than a solid like eyeliner line, if that makes sense. If you have an eyeliner that even has a slightly incorrect deviation of its like line, it's noticeable. But if you have a smoky eye that is not perfect, it's not going to look off at all in the same way. It's not even going to look close to being, it's not even close to how much like more freedom you have to make like slight errors. And also just if you have a hooded eye, it's also just hard to do eyeliner in general. It transfers a lot and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna actually make this one slightly bigger now that I look. Make it slightly bigger. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Now I will use eyeliner. Only now will I actually use eyeliner. I'm just going to use eyeliner to line the whole rest of the eye here. So just from the inner part. And I'm just going to like this. And just the line, you can kind of see, I guess, right? This one not lined, this one lined. And a thing I like to do as well is I also like to do like the lower part of the wing actually in eyeliner rather than just in eyeshadow. Does that make sense? So like 50% of the wing is an eyeliner wing, but then the fill part is all eyeshadow, if that makes sense. You know? I think it makes sense. Anyway, I'm just gonna do the other eye now. And then I'm gonna go for the inner corners a little bit. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And that's the top done. So we can take this off. And that's the eyeshadow basically done. We just got to do the bottom part now. Now we just have to do the lower part. And you can probably see, but I have like fall light here, but it's totally fine because I haven't done like any other makeup that I need to worry about. So I can just brush it off and it's fine. Wow. Wowza. Incredible. Then I just like to take my precise brush with black eyeshadow. My very precise brush. And I'm just going to pull my eye down here and I'm going to line the lower line in eyeshadow. This is another thing I started doing. Rather than using eyeliner to do the lower lash line, I started lining it with eyeshadow. Just because I find it easier. And I can make it kind of, and I don't like my lower eye to be like too intense. So this way I can have it like smoky and stuff. If you do elaborate makeup and you fuck up a little small thing while you're doing your eyes, you have to wipe the whole eye off pretty much and start anew. It depends on the fuck up. I can deliberately fuck up here if you want, and I will show you how to recover from a fuck up. If you would like, I can do that. But if you would find that helpful, I can do that. Okay, So the most common fuck-ups you're gonna make, especially if you're using the color black, right? The most common fuck-up you're gonna make is you're gonna use a color that's too dark, and you're gonna accidentally get that, well, not too dark, but you're gonna use a really dark color, and you're gonna accidentally get your dark color onto your light color. Because if you accidentally get a light color into a dark color, nobody gives a shit. It's whatever. You just cover it up with a darker color, right? Like if I accidentally got this green into here, well, literally who cares? All these colors are darker and they just cover it up. But the most common accident you might have is, let's say you're doing your eyeliner and you're doing it like this, and as you're doing your eyeliner, you accidentally blink, and now you have a mark right here. And that's like the most common fuck up that I make, personally, is like this, right here. That's the most common fuck up that I'll make when I do my makeup, by far. And the way that you just have to deal with this is you remove the one spot, basically. So I'm gonna get makeup remover and a Q-tip. Make sure you have Q-tips, okay? You can even get better Q-tips than these. You can get these really pointy Q-tips. Like, these aren't pointy, these are regular Q-tips, but you can get ones that have like a pointed tip, and those are probably even better. But yeah, just get your makeup remover a little bit on a Q-tip. Don't make sure it's not soaked. You don't want it to be soaked because it'll get everywhere. And then just tap the area that you messed up on and wipe the eyeliner off. It'll take everything off with it, but just try to be precise and just try to get all of it off. Also, be very careful when you're removing a fuck up, when you're removing makeup that you messed up on. If you rub it, you're blending. That's what you're doing, right? Rubbing blends. So if you have a spot that you messed up the makeup and you try to rub it, you're gonna blend the mistake even further into the rest of your eye. So when you're trying to remove it, literally tap it. Tap it and gently rub it, but don't really try to keep where you're tapping isolated. It might be hard for you to see, but I've got now right here an empty spot on my eye. So there's no there's no eyeshadow on this spot anymore. It's really hard for you to see, but yeah. But what I really want to make sure is I don't have the black color there, because once I start going over this with green again, if I have black here, it's gonna like really fuck everything up. It's gonna change the color completely. Then once I use the makeup remover, I take a dry Q-tip now instead of a wet one, and I do the same thing and I just tap the same area but with a dry Q-tip, because I don't want to have makeup remover on my eye when I start blending. Because if I start blending makeup remover, I'm going to blend the makeup remover into my eyeshadow, and I'm going to fuck up the rest of my eyeshadow even more. So now I have a spot here, and I have the problem area removed, and I'm just going to go over it with the exact same colors that I did before. So I'm just going to take the lighter green first. I'm going to start with that one. I'm just going to start with the lighter green, and I'm just going to tap on top of it here. I really like tapping simply because if you brush too much, you really don't want to spread the problem area to other things. Okay, so I tapped on top with the first color, and then I'm going to go back in with the second color, the color that I actually want it to look like. And I'm going to brush over it again. And then I'm going to take the smaller brush because it's more concentrated. I'm going to go over it just one more time here. It's perfect. It's perfect. And then I'm just gonna blend quickly. Just to make sure it looks good. Okay, and it's totally fixed. And then I'm gonna go back to the eyeliner because that was where I fucked up. And when I took off the messed up spot, I took off the eyeliner that I had here. So now I'm gonna go back with the eyeliner and I'm not gonna blink this time. I'm gonna fix this part. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Nice, very nice bulge.
Wow, wonderful. We did it. And that wasn't bad. The other thing, so what I would say is if you mess up your eyeliner wings, like here, how would I describe it? Sorry. How would I describe it? I would say the hardest to replicate part of your eye, let's say you're going to, let's say you're blending your eye. I'm so sorry I'm talking so much. I'm not sorry. But generally speaking, you get your brush, right? You do your lightest color first. Not always, but generally. Lightest color first, and you blend it this way, right? Outward. Then you do a slightly darker color, and again, you blend it this way. Then you do a darker color still, you blend it this way. Then you do a black, you blend it this way, all right? And you have 3 or 4 different colors, and you kind of have this nice gradient from darkest to medium to light to lightest, right? And you have like a really nice gradient here. That gradient is really hard to replicate without doing every single layer one by one. So I would say if you mess up the wing, you may have to restart the wing all over again. If you mess up like right here, just because it's really, really, really hard to recreate this natural gradient that happens as you continue to blend each color outward here. It's really hard to recreate that, and I don't know if you can see, but like it starts out black, then a lighter black, then a darker green, then a lighter green. And that's really, really, like, if I mess up here, like right here, the only way to recreate this is to do the whole gradient again, kind of. So that might be the one place where you have to restart things. I'm just gonna quickly go over a couple things that I just can tell from looking. The inner corner is not quite as green as I want it to be. Like it's not quite as vibrant green as I want it to be, so I'm just gonna go over the inner corner slightly again, just to greenify it a little more. And then the next thing I need to do is I need to do the under eye. So I'm gonna take the lightest green color I have, and you can do this in a lot of ways. The simplest way to do your under eye is to just replicate what you did on the upper eye on the lower. So take your light green color and bring your light green on the under eye exactly as far out as you took it on the upper eye. So for here, my light green stops about here. So I should stop it about here on the under eye. That's the simplest way to do it by far. It's just mirror the upper eye. But I think I'm gonna do it a little bit different this time. I'm gonna take the green that I'm using for it, and I'm actually just gonna do the whole under eye in the lighter green. Instead of only part of it, I'm gonna do the whole of it underneath in the light green. I'm gonna blend it a little into the thing. And then once I do the whole under part in light green, I'm gonna take a makeup wipe, and I'm just gonna, or not makeup wipe, a Q-tip, and I'm just gonna like get any parts that are a little bit too low for my liking and clean up any spots that I notice. Here. And then what I'm going to do is, then I'm going to take the middle green color, and I'm going to go over only the outer third here with that color. So I'm not actually going to do the whole, I'm not going to do it exactly the way I did, and I'm not going to do the darker green at all under my eye. I'm just going to do the lightest green for most of it, and then the middle color, just pulling it like right on this outer third is what I'm doing here. Don't ask me why I'm doing this. I just think it looks nicer. Because this is what I did last time, and I just felt like it looked a little bit nicer. So that's literally the only reason. But yeah. And then yeah, we can just clean it up a little bit. And that's the under eye done. And then finally, last 2 steps, I believe. We're gonna go back to the precise brush. I'm gonna do my inner corners here. So these are just 2 steps. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the eyeshadow, the precise brush or whatever, and I'm gonna just draw in this inner corner into like a point. This is another place that I frequently fuck up, but I would like to do it without fucking it up this time, if I can. I may just naturally fuck it up, but it looks fine, I think. But yeah, we just turned it into a point here. This one, no point. This one has a point. You see? And we do the same on the other eye. Wow. Got my points in. Finally, the actual real finale part now is the highlight on the inner corner. So I'm just gonna get my highlighter, which I think I have over here. And the highlighter is just gonna kind of outline that point that we just made. And that's gonna be the inner corner. And then I'm just gonna shape it with a Q-tip. With a Q-tip, I'm gonna just clean it up. And I'm actually gonna go over with the black again, just because I accidentally smudged my point. Okay, that's the eye line. So that's the whole eyeshadow done. That's everything. That's the eyeshadow done. So now what we can do is we can just ready? Just make us spray it. Wow. And then the only thing left to do for eyes would be now to do the false lashes, but we'll do those a little bit later because I have to do it. Now that I spent, I don't know how long I spent on that. Not that long, like 40 minutes, 45 minutes on the eyes. Now I do the whole rest of the face. So, you know. And if you want, obviously, you could spend longer on the whole rest of the face than I spent just on my face, but I don't want to do that, obviously. So I'm just gonna kind of, not rush this, but, you know, I'm gonna do my blush here. It's a cream blush, so I'm just gonna kind of put it on the ball of my cheek here. Do it on the other one as well. Give myself like rosy cheeks. Then once I've applied it, I just grab a a brush, and I just do like circle motions. I kind of blend it with a brush here, and then I kind of pull it backwards towards the rest of my face, like up this way. So I just blend it with a brush, pull it backwards. Blush is hard for me. I'm not that good at it, but I've decided I kind of like just doing the balls of my cheek. Now, that's what I've decided for blush, so that's what I'm going to do. That's basically it for blush, you know? We don't have to spend too much time. Another thing I like doing for blush as well is actually putting a little on my brush here, and then kind of like tapping the lower part of my nose a little bit, and kind of putting blush on this part of my nose. I don't know why I started doing this, but I did. And it's, yeah. Interesting. And then also kind of blending a little bit of the blush along here. Wow. Wowza. That's the blush pretty much done. Incredible. Next up is contour for the nose. I still low-key suck at this, but it's fine. I'm figuring it out slowly. I just contour I just put it on my brush. I just draw the shape. I've been trying to draw my nose bridge a little bit wider than I was doing it before. I'm contouring it a little bit wider than before, but you can just see the lines I draw here. I don't really have anything to say about contour right now. I'm not that good at it, and I don't want to say something wrong and give you bad information. But this is how I've been doing it recently. I hope you can see these shapes. But 2 lines here, kind of like a semicircle right here, and a semicircle right here, like this, sort of. And then I just kind of blend it downwards a little bit, widen it slightly. And then the last thing I do is I just put contour on the brush and I just go underneath the nose, right here. And I just darken underneath it, like this. Then I just like to use, personally, I like to use my fingers here. Don't really know why, but I just use my fingers and I just kind of tap the contour to blend it. I just kind of tap it and pull it outwards. I don't pull it inwards, of course, because inwards is where my nose bridge is, and I don't want that to have dark colors on it. But yeah, I just tap it here to blend. Wow. Just use my fingers. Okay, cool. That's the contour done. Then next up would be, I'm going to use concealer here to create white spots, and then I'll do highlighter, lips, and we're done. So just going to put concealer here, which I'll brush downward. I'm going to put 2 drops of concealer here and here to do under the eyes, and concealer here, and like a brush out here. I don't really know if this is the exact way to do it. This is just how I'm doing it today. I don't think this is the best shape to do, but really don't take any concealer advice from me from what I'm doing right now. That's all I'm saying. But do your concealer here. This is when you should do your concealer. And you can just kind of use your concealer to lighten the nose bridge a little bit. Also lighten the outer part of the nose to create, you know, shadows, obviously, with your thing. I like to lighten around here because that's where my highlighter is going. And then I use the concealer under the eye just to help smooth out the eyeshadow here. So I just kind of use concealer underneath my eye to create like a nicer thing here. And I'll do that on the other side as well. So this is where my highlighter goes. And then conceal under the eye and kind of brush it up into the eyeshadow wing a little bit. And I can even just use my brush and just kind of brush it on here. Wow. Wow, amazing. Concealer done. What next? Oh yeah, brows. I almost forgot about brows. I got a brow powder. I don't really know, okay, about how to use brow powder, but I just got it, so I'm practicing it. Sorry, we're speed running right now. I'll show my butt as soon as I finish. It'll be my reward for finishing. But We're speed running real quick. So I'm just gonna brush my eyes into kind of the shape that I want. I have an eyeshadow powder. It has a lighter and a darker one. I start with a lighter one first, and I just fill in the spaces in between in my eyes here. And I kind of pull it out into like a nice point. And I just make sure that there's no like empty spaces along my eyes here. That's all I'm doing with this. Just filling in the gaps of my brows so there's not like clear, obvious gaps in them. We're speed running. Yeah. And then once I do that on both eyes, there's two places that I know very obviously, like I have a lot of experience with this. Obviously, it's my own eyebrow, so I know, right? But there's two places where they're very uneven. So you can see this eye is more full down here, less full right here. This eye, less full down here, more full up here. So in order to just even that out, I just get the darker color here, and I just kind of do like quick brush strokes to kind of like ideally sort of mimic like actual hair, if that makes sense. And I just want these darker brush strokes in the spots where the eyebrows are uneven. So now this one is fuller up here to match this one, and here underneath can be made a little fuller to match this one. And that's the idea, basically. Wow, eyebrows done. Pretty much everything done. Highlight I need to do on my cheeks. I'll use my finger for this. Just gonna do like up here, basically. Do the highlighter, wipe it off my finger. Blend it with my finger. Don't want it to be too sharp or too like solid of a line. That'll highlight my cheekbones a little more. And then for lips, I have a lip brush here. Or not a lip brush, a lip liner pencil. So I just line my Cupid's bow and make it a little bigger. I make my Cupid's bow a little bit bigger than it normally is. You know, just a little larger. Ta-da! Wow, my lips look a little bit bigger. Then what I do is I actually started doing this. This is a new technology. But I take the same color that I used for my blush. The same color for my blush here. Okay? You're gonna love this. This is so smart of me. I'm so happy I started doing this. But this blush color is gonna be my light color. And this color is like way darker. And this is gonna be my contour color, if that makes sense. So the same way that you contour your nose by doing dark here and light here, I'm gonna take the lighter color, which is literally my blush, cream blush. I'm gonna use this lighter color here. And I'm gonna color in the upper, like, part of the brush, or the brush of the lips. Ta-da, okay. Cool, cool, cool. See, I'm down here. I'm gonna color all of this in this kind of light pink color that I have. Okay. Wonderful. So that's the lighter color. Then we're gonna take the darker color here. So I'm gonna put it on my, some of it on my hand here first before I start. And I'm gonna draw like a couple of shapes in, but what I'm doing essentially is creating dimension. Oh, I fucked up a little bit by getting it on here, but I'm creating dimension in my lips by applying shadows, essentially. So I have shadows in the inner part and lighter on the outer part. And that's the idea, at least. And then that's it. That's pretty much everything, I think. Took me a while, I think, but not that long, I guess. An hour and 10 minutes. Not even. That's basically the whole makeup. Actually, I think I forgot one last thing, which is just put highlighter on my nose. So I'll just do that now. Just put highlighter on my nose. Forgot about it. I'll just use a Q-tip to blend it because I don't have any clean brushes. Yeah, there's always one last thing with me, literally always. But yeah. And then where's my contour brush one last time, just to fill in this little gap. Ta-da! Actually, for real, done. Finally, you can makeup spray. And then remember when I said I was done? I lied. One more thing I forgot. The false lashes. That's the actual last thing. This is the actual last thing. For real, 100% the last thing. No lie. I am not kidding. This is the end. This is it. We are done after this. Technically, eyelashes aren't makeup, so I didn't forget any makeup. I actually was technically done the makeup when I said I was done. Just saying. Just saying. Okay, fuck eyelashes, by the way. I really hate these, to be honest, but yeah. I don't have any good tips for these. I still suck at putting them on. Just make sure they're covered in glue, and then don't put them on when the glue is like dripping wet. Otherwise, it'll slide around. But just make sure there's actually a good amount of glue on them. And that they're not like soaked, you know? Like give them a second, just give them like a second or two to dry, you know? Just let them dry a little bit. Wave your hand on them. Give them a little bit of a gust of wind. You know how it is. And pick them up. And what I like to do personally is I tend to focus on getting the inner corner first. because that's always the problem area for me. So and I also like to use a what's it called? Tweezers as well. So yeah, just make sure you stick down the inner corner first. Unless it's different for you, I don't know, but I always struggle with the inner corner, so that's my advice. But yeah, stick the inner corner down first. Okay, I kind of messed this one up actually. I've noticed. It's not sticking on either corner, so we're gonna have to redo this one. But that happens, don't freak out. As long as you put like, as long as you put on, what's it called? Setting spray and stuff. Like any makeup that comes off with the false lash, if you're putting it on the correct spot of your eye at least, it's just the same makeup that was like, it's gonna cover up anyway. So it's not really the end of the world if it does take off some of your makeup, you know? Like I lost a bit of my green to this lash here, but like the green I lost is the same green that I'm, you know, covering with it. So like, does it really matter? Not really. Cousin asked if you were gay for watching me. That's pretty fucked up. I would, you know what? Let me think. So I'm just gonna try to focus on this one real quick. It's very hard. Whoa. Alright, this one went on pretty well this time. It took me 2 tries, but it went on quite well. Now on to the next one, and then I'm so sorry this took me so long. I'm not sorry. I feel good about it. I should do false lashes not last, probably, is what I'm gonna maybe do in the future. Because I'm always like, I don't want to say bored, but like, the last step, I'm at the lowest energy possible of all the steps usually. I'm like just ready for it to be over. You know? I'm ready for it to be over. And I should maybe do my eyelashes sooner so that the harder step is not the one that I'm like mentally checked out for. You know? Okay. Full slash is done. Done, done, done. Actually done, for real. For real, actually done. Everything is done. We're done, we're done, we're done. Good job, us. I think I had a brush somewhere, but I can't find it, so. Ta-da! We did it. We actually did it. Good, good. Now we can Baldur's Gate 3 in peace. I actually look gorgeous, don't I? Okay. Whew.